It's your man LL Cool J, People's Choice, DJ Envy. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do it. Cyberland. You know what I mean? Get away from that mouse, man. Stop putting them dumbass comments on the board.
Yep, you know what it is? The People's Choice, DJ Envy here with a legend. Special guest LL Cool J.
What up?
What's going on, homie?
What up, man? Chillin'.
Now let me tell you the LL story. I got a lot of stories. I'm from Queens.
Okay.
And if you don't know about Queens, there's a rock in Queens with a bunch of colors on it, and it's LL's Rock. And to get to Jamaica Avenue, we'd have to take the dollar van, and we always passed your grandmother's house.
Yeah.
So we always used to get off when we seen the expensive cars out there, because we would think that you was at home when you was in town. So one day we get out and there's a Benz out there. So it's like, LL's home. So we walk past the house slow like 5 times.
Okay.
And grandma comes out the house, right? And she goes, "What y'all boys want?" So it's like, "Is LL home?" She was like, "No, he's not here. But you want to see the plaques?" She was like, "Yeah." So grandma let us in the house, showed us the plaques and everything. Yo, we thought we was...
Are you serious?
We thought we was LL's biggest...
Well,
we was in LL's grandma's house, boy. We was hype.
Yo, they say the righteous are as bold as lions, huh? My grandmother, I'm talking about, to let boys in like that's hot.
Right.
That's hot,
right.
man.
That was grandma. So that was the first experience.
I miss her so much,
It was grandma's... LL's grandma was the first experience. But how's everything? You got a new album?
I feel great, man. The new music is done, completed. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very pleased with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I did my job. I feel like it's gonna definitely surprise a lot of people, because I took my time with the project, approached it with humility. I didn't take it for granted. I didn't try to copy off of whatever's going on right now, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to recapture something from, a long time ago.
Right.
I was just trying to do something hot, you know what I'm saying? And I took my time with it, and I really like this album. Like, this is one of them albums that I feel great about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel good about this record.
Now, Exit 13 is the name of the album.
Yeah.
Your last contractual album on Def Jam.
Yeah, last contractual album.
Does that mean it's over? It's that's it? It's a wrap?
Nah, not at all, man. I'm gonna continue to make music. I have no reason to stop. I mean, all my records, even the ones that haven't performed as well as they could have done over 1 million records worldwide on some level. You know what I'm saying? So, the records are still doing very good, and it's a very viable business for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of putting the right records out and showing people that, I care about the music enough to really put some great material out there, and not skipping over it and cheating them by going to do movie this, do this, that, and this, and not putting out the right type of music. So, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm gonna keep it popping.
Now we're talking to LL now.
You know what I'm saying?
Now your relationship with 50, how much did he help you on this project? Because one time y'all came out, y'all seemed like y'all was together a lot. Like y'all was he really involved with this album? Or?
No, 50 was definitely involved with I made like 2 albums before I finally made this record that people are hearing now. The first album I did with 50, we worked a lot on it. He definitely, helped me sharpen my knives, and, we got, went back and forth in the studio and in the booth and just talking and, debating on music and going back and forth, and that was a wonderful process. Then after that, I went and made another album by myself, and just wanted to start on it and just keep working. And then after that, I went and made, this record that I have now, and I used like 2 or 3 of the records that I made with 50 at that time when we started. But the thing was, I wanted to make sure that 50's my man and I love him, but nobody's gonna buy an LL Cool J record if they think LL's trying to make a bunch of records that sound like 50, or trying to make a bunch of records, biting 50 style, or trying to be 50. That's not gonna work for me. Nobody's gonna respect that. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind, collaborating with people and mashing up ideas and working on stuff together. That's cool, but it still had to be LL. You know what I'm saying? It still had to be L. So, after I worked with Fifth and we did our thing together, I went and did my thing, you know what I'm saying? And felt like, you know what? Because there's no way in the world that, I'm going to turn in my last record and put my destiny in someone else's hands, or turn in my last record and not make sure that I'm totally speaking from the heart and totally coming forth with all of what's inside of me as an artist. And when I say last record, I mean under my contract with Def Jam. I'm not going to just escape and just do whatever. So that was the thinking on it. So, Fifth, big up to Fifth for, that the stuff we did together. I appreciate that. The other young producers I got with, I appreciate that. I did my thing, B.
All right, now, we're talking to LL Cool J. Now, you said put your life in somebody else's hand. Now, you also, when you did your project, you didn't come out when Jay-Z was at the presidency of Def Jam. And that didn't seem like an accident. Because you were making some stabs. You made it pretty much put out there that you didn't really respect him being president of a label and put out an album. Now, what was your feelings towards that?
Yo, my feelings on that was just that I respect him as an artist, and I think that, you know, in the 10 or 12 years that he's been out, he's accomplished a lot, and I think that that's wonderful. But, you know, we have to be able to separate church and state, you know, and it's like I wanted to make sure that there was someone in place who really had my best interests at heart and wanted to see me win. I'm not going to say that I think he's a bad person or that I think he's not willing to let others succeed or help others succeed, but I felt like in that position, I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion,
Right.
I feel like the president of a company should be behind his desk working for the benefit of the artists on that label, not on tour.
Right.
And so, you know, I just said what I said. It's not to try to degrade that man. I'm not trying to, you know, God knows I'm not hating on that man. I got plenty of money. It's not that issue. God knows I'm not trying to like put dents in his armor. It was just a matter of, look, I've been doing this since '84. My name is LL. These are the things that I need and require. Yes, I admit that some of my music could have been better, but once you decide to accept an album, now your job is to do what you said you was going to do with it.
Right.
If the album wasn't good enough to be promoted, let's talk about that before you accept it.
Right.
Once you accept it, now you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I felt about it.
Right.
It was nothing personal. It was all business. I didn't come out with a record trying to rap about somebody or, you know, be extra just be living in a fool's paradise.
Right. Perfect record. Now, did y'all ever pass each other at all, or you never seen each other?
We seen each other in passing, but you know, this is not, you know, this is grown man business. This is not, you know, tough guy university. Like, you know, it's
No, because you didn't crush a couple people. You made Cannabis quit rapping.
Well, I mean, you know what? The thing with that is that I'm not looking for that because, see, a lot of times bullies, they always get their heads handed to
Pop
them.
Jamie Foxx in the back of his head.
These are moments.
You did that as well.
These are all moments.
Right? So, I mean,
These are moments.
I'm sure it's not easy disrespecting L, so it's not going to happen.
But you know what? When the reality is that, you know, when David slew Goliath, God was on his side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was on that moral high ground.
Right.
He wasn't out there trying to pick a fight. Goliath was out there picking fights and trying to be a tough guy and ended up getting his head chopped off. So, you know, for me, I don't pick fights. And this is not about LL trying to be the tough guy and he, you know, starting problems and drama. I'm just not that.
Right.
It may be interesting for our music and for our industry and our culture, but only if somebody comes at me with it. Other than that, I'm not looking for it.
Right. We're
You know
talking
what I mean?
to LL. Now, I got to ask you about the whole Jamie Foxx in this because nobody ever spoke about it.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
it was, y'all were doing a movie.
I'll tell you the story.
Tell us the story.
Basically, what happened was on any given Sunday, you know what I'm saying? You know,
It's good because y'all cool now.
no, we definitely cool.
All right.
Basically, what happened was on any given Sunday, I was acting. He didn't realize, like when I was improvising, and that's a joke in itself because it sounded like, what was you improvising? Was you like, trying to decapitate the cat?
Right,
Was you
right.
like cutting his testicles off?
Right,
Like,
right,
what was
right.
the improv? But I was doing a little improv, and you know, screaming on him and yelling at him based on, you know, the character and what was happening in the
Right.
scene. He took me seriously. You know what I'm saying? So he took it in his, he felt like he needed to hit me because I touched him. So
He was eating his Wheaties that day.
yeah, so he hit me, and then, you know.
What was your first reaction when Jamie Foxx hit you? Bong! Like, what was the reaction? Like, what the LL think? Like, this nigga just hit me?
My reaction was like, now,
Like, he
Now,
snuffed you in the
what's the
face,
closest
or the
hospital?
chest, or when you say hit me, like,
what's the closest hospital?
Right.
Like, so basically, you know, I was just standing there, and you know, I had to defend myself, and in defending myself, somehow his helmet got snatched off, and he got hit in the temple.
Oh.
Now I don't know what happened in the process, but I defended myself, and you know.
he didn't want to play anymore. I heard it was separate trailers.
No,
I shoot on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. L shoots
Yeah.
on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, you know, sometimes we got to take our ball and go home, man.
Right.
We don't want to play.
He
no
didn't want to
more.
play. He took a step out the sandbox. Now, how was that call? Because y'all friends now. Like, what was
Yeah.
that call? Like, was it?
It was just a little, it was, you know what it was? Really and truly, it happens in football all the time. It's nothing new, and it's a contact sport. It was a lot of fights on the set.
Right.
A lot of people, it happened to quite a few people. But me and him just happened to be two of the more famous or prominent people, so that everybody knew about it. But
Right.
You know, I mean, look, man. The bottom line is this, man. I mean, I'm not nobody's bodyguard, but you hear them love songs, and you can think these is candy muscles if you want.
Right.
But if you put your hands on me, you might not, be happy with the outcome unless you're in the UFC or something.
Enough
so, let's just stay focused. I know, it's Lover Boy LL and all that, but let's keep things in perspective.
I'm still from Queens.
All right, no, so
we're talking to LL now. Let's talk.
The godmother lived too much.